Well, listen, hockey's a different sport from the NBA. You can't compare the cultures because of the way the game is played.
And it will be Colorado's Eric Johnson to clear. Duchesne upended by Orlov. Display defensively. Duchesne full blast. Up and over you go.
Shot by Nielsen off a skate that goes wide. Marlowe hammered. Lined up by Saric.
A bouncing puck. Marlowe looked down for a second.
That in the first about the glove side, and that is usually his.
Oh! Wilson crush, kill, destroy on Zadorov.
Damn!
This be another fine for LeBron James on the flop right there.
Has to be.
There was a little bit of contact there, but.
There's Chris Paul blocking him out, and that got called a foul.
They called that flagrant? Oh, come on. What kind of league are we becoming if that's a flagrant foul?
You can step on an NBA floor and go through the emotions.
To Snell, fires.
There's right, both the Wizards and the Bulls, and look at that. Turnover,
the three, Malachi, and a 5-0 run.
Play I'm talking about. Just good hustle. What is Kevin Love doing?
He's just batting it at.
My goodness.
And just
Fishing. Foot race. Scattered break. Draymond Green had it knocked away.
And then you also have Kyle Kuzma, who's out for a week. How do they handle his minutes? Brandon Ingram battling a shoulder injury. Tyson Chandler as well as the Lakers.
You suck!
You can't do that in hockey. You can't. Like, the culture of our sport, you have to play it with passion.
Clearly they're trying to get traffic in front of Hellebuck. Here's Dylan Larkin, stopped by Bennington. Larkin the rebound and went right through the crease as he's centered. And back on at Taves. Now a wraparound by Matthews and they score! Brady Tkachuk knocked it home!
And Brady Tkachuk, as he always does, is around the crease and he just jams this to the net. It chips up over Benning.
I got a question for the NBA players. What the hell are you playing for? What are you playing for?
I've been answering
I feel
radio
great.
shows.
I'm averaging a triple-double in the finals. I'm pretty good.
It's not about the money. You make all the money. What, you're injured?
And, I let the emotions get the best of me and pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand. So that's what it is.
Well, there's a difference between being hurt and injured. Are you hurt or are you injured?
What will we see from you tonight?
You won't see anything from me tonight. Unfortunately, I will not be in uniform tonight. Still dealing with ankle and foot discomfort, so I will not be playing tonight, unfortunately.
The NBA has that issue that they got to work on. You got to create a better culture for your players. It starts with the leaders. This issue, there was no issue when Jordan was around.
You're damn right it wasn't.
Leader in scoring and steals, an all-star each of his 4 seasons. The charismatic star of the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan.
Nearly a steal by Magic. And Michael Jordan with 4 Western Stars. English didn't have control and Jordan makes the block. To Wilkins, open court.
There were 6 players yesterday in the Legends game that are younger than a king.
Takes. Doherty, Jordan. First it was Jordan to Doherty, and now it goes the other way. It's by 2, 44-42. 5:40 remaining. Michael Jordan. Jordan setting a screen from Larry Bird. Against Lever. Wow.
Michael Jordan in the low post.
And a steal by Jordan. He spun it away from the mailman.
Now this this is something Doug Collins coaches the Chicago Bulls players to do, to try and come from the rear to block the shots of the bigger players.
He leads the NBA in steals. Is there anything he can't do? Lieber defending Jordan. What can you do? Jordan, showtime. Jordan follows up Isaiah. Timeout, West. And plays and thundering plays like this from beginning to end, Billy.
Oh, what a way to end this ball game.
You know, the reason why players like Michael Jordan and others during that era, the reason why they keep getting talked about 30, 40 years and gonna get talked about the next 30 or 40 years is because when they stepped out on the court, they gave effort, they cared, they took pride in what they did, and then they wanted to play hard for the fans. It didn't matter whether it was a regular season game or an all-star game. They went out there and they competed. Shannon Fry and other goofs, that's the reason why they're getting talked about years and years and years later, because they cared.
There was no issue when Kobe was around.
I'm here with Kobe, 19 years old. Most guys are trying to pick out a major, find a summer job. What's this moment represent to you to play in the All-Star game at 19 years of age?
It means the world to me. This is my first All-Star game, playing here in New York City with all these great basketball players. It's an incredible feeling. I'm glad it's finally arrived.
That's happening out there. Payton with the spin. Bryant, Kobe's first All-Star hoop.
It's amazing, Bob, when you watch Kobe Bryant
pass, and his shot rattles out. Here comes Bryant ahead of the field, reverse slam.
See, that's what I'm talking about. In an All-Star game, you want to do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Last trip down the floor. He's got the ball in his hands again. To Garnett. Back to Kobe.
See, that's the ooh.
Give it up here. And then Kevin Garnett showing that he can pass. And I asked all these players who their heroes were coming up.
Garnett for Bryant.
Now remember, about 2 minutes ago, Kobe gave one up to the...
Bryant being chased. Bryant able to hit. Marlborough chased him down.
Easy shots.
Bryant, yes. Kobe Bryant with 2 clutch buckets.
Sensational shooting, clutch shooting. Kobe Bryant with the outside jump shot.
James played by Bryant. Darren Williams off the pick. Coming up late. Down to 3 seconds, and Griffin picks it off. 1 to go.
You called it, Steve. Me. I mean, this is getting a little ridiculous out here, Chris.
Chris Paul certainly will be in the conversation for MVP honors with 15 assists along with 11 points. LeBron James trying to force his way in. Assist for Bryant. The West up by 8 with just under 3 to go in the 4th. Oh, the block by Bryant. And Durant takes over.
I guarantee you the comments by Michael Jordan are fueling this little tick for tack back from LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Kobe's been D'ing them up for the last 3 minutes. Here's the block shot by Kobe.
Paul Malone, when you can throw the ball in the block and say, get me a basket. As we see 68 combined three-point attempts, an All-Star game record. Here's Griffin putting off last.
That's all I would want. Just one time. Money goes to charity.
Kobe all over James. It's rejected.
Kobe's making this personal against LeBron.
You get the feeling this is like going to be Kobe's moment against LeBron. You know, a lot of people thought maybe they'll meet in the finals. Well, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
4th quarter.
Kobe's loving this. Kobe is loving this. He's over here talking to Steve Kerr, and he can't score on me.
Kobe Bryant, a guy who went out there and gave max effort, played through injuries. Another guy who didn't care whether it was an all-star game or a regular season. He went out there and gave full effort. And this is the reason why guys like him, Jordan, and others are talked about years and years and years after they retired, because when it was their time, they cared, they took pride in their craft, and they took pride in going out there and performing for the fans. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. Thank you for doing it for us.
To me, it's offensive. As you guys saw in Get Up, obviously I was emotional about speaking because I'm speaking on behalf of the players, right? As a newly removed athlete out of the sport. And to me, it's offensive to the approach, to my approach to the game, but also the players that I know, that I was around, that I idolized. It's offensive to the way that they approached the game. Now, the question is, why isn't that demand on the NBA players every night? I mean, that's a question I can't ask, because here's the reality. Does it come down to rule changes and what the NBA wants to do to protect themselves? No, I don't even give them that out. To me, the NBA took off with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. They set the tone for Michael Jordan, then ultimately Kobe Bryant, then LeBron, Steph, KD, and all those guys now. But Larry Bird and Magic Johnson carved the path for Kobe, for Jordan, for LeBron. So for this generation now, my question is, are you carving a better path? Are you leaving a better league for the future of the NBA, or are you not? So for the NBA, my question is for those players, are you leaving a better league than what you came into? Because I'll tell you something, for KD, for LeBron, Steph, all the money that they're making came on the backs of Magic Johnson, of Larry Bird, of Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, all these guys. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind. The reason why I followed Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant was because of their approach to their craft. They never took a day off. They left it all on the court. It didn't matter whether it was an exhibition game or a playoff game. I don't know. That's the standard of greatness for me in every sport. Once again, I ask the question, what are you playing for? Like, if you're really about it, if you're really about sports, then you're about two things, your teammates and the fans. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. When you do not show up to play, you're letting your teammates down. When you do not show up to play, you're letting the fans down that are paying you 40, 50, 60 million. I don't care if you're getting 300 million, congratulations. But these people in here are paying $2,500 a ticket, $5,000, that are blue-collared, hard-working people. If you don't get your head wrapped around that, you shouldn't be in pro sports.
Yeah, that's great stuff by PK Subban. Been on fire the last few days or so, going in on the NBA ever since the All-Star break, man. So salute to PK. Strong, powerful words he's been saying on ESPN. Something that must be said. And appreciate him having the courage and the guts to go up on ESPN and point the finger at the NBA and the faces of the NBA, let them know that they dropping the ball. And they've been dropping the ball. And you know, PK asks, what are the players playing for? All they playing for is the money. Money, fame, women. They don't care nothing about the game. They don't care nothing about pushing it forward. All they care about is what they getting right now. And all of that started with the worst face of the league of all time, LeBron James. LeBron James, when he got the baton from Kobe around 2011, 12, or whatever, he's supposed to have been the so-called face of the league. He dropped the baton big time. You know, when he made that move to Miami, and they try to disguise it with this pretty word talking about player empowerment, whatever, the league has been going downhill ever since then. It shifted the competitive balance, and it turned people off, and it's no wonder that the ratings been going down ever since 2012. That's when all that super team stuff, man, been going on, man. But, you know, these guys don't care. All the equity and sweat and hard work that, like PK said, with Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem, Dr. J, you know, they brought the NBA out of the dark ages in the 70s. When the NBA was really down, you know, particularly Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and then Michael Jordan came in the mid-'80s as the young guy, and he took it forward into the 90s, and then Kobe and Tim Duncan and them, they carried the torch forward, and when they got to LeBron, he failed. LeBron's one of the biggest cowards that has ever stepped foot in the NBA. He has dropped the ball in so many areas of the game. He has destroyed the whole fabric of the game. Him and Adam Silver. Adam Silver is one of the worst commissioners of all time because he is not an authority figure. He's just a pushover. He's just letting the players run wild and do what they want to do. And that's the reason why the NBA is in the position that it's in right now. It's a shame that they haven't had panels of ex-athletes from other sports talking about the NBA, what they have to do to fix the game, fix the All-Star game, and fix the game in general. When all you should be able to do is just roll out the ball and go out there and go play and compete. That's what the players of the past did. That's all they had to do. There wasn't no tricks, no gimmicks, or nothing like that. The All-Star game Saturday night had a 3-point contest, dunk contest. That's a wrap. Roll the ball out there Sunday. Play hard, you compete. Everybody had a good weekend. The fans were happy. A few days later, the season start back up and run on to the playoffs. That's all it is. That's all that was needed. See, those guys, they cared about the game. They cared about the tradition of the game. They cared about the fans at that time. And they cared about the future. They cared about promoting the game and pushing it forward so that the next generation could be better than what they had. That's what Larry, Bird, and Magic Johnson did to Jordan, and Jordan did to Kobe, Tim Duncan. And then when they handed it to LeBron, LeBron dropped the baton in the relay race. And it's been going downhill. Downhill ever since then. PK said something there very important. You know, all the money and stuff that these guys making now, LeBron, KD, Steph, all the money they made, it's off the backs of the other players. But because LeBron, as the so-called face of the league, has been so terrible, and these salaries and stuff are getting out of whack, listen to me very closely, people. I know it may sound far-fetched. Do not be surprised in the near future if there's a major lockout of the owners trying to get back control of the league away from the players, and there's some type of restructuring of the contracts where it's incentive based, where it's not fully guaranteed, something maybe like the NFL. I know it sounds far-fetched right now. They got guaranteed $300 million contract, $200 million, all that stuff, but I'm telling you, because of what LeBron and KD and these guys not caring, and the destruction that LeBron and Adam Silver has caused, do not be surprised if that happens, let's say 5 years from now. I'm just saying, you know, LeBron, he's a coward and he's been horrible. And this dude, he needs to just get out the way and leave the league, man. He has done nothing but destroy what the great players of the past have built up. And the arrow is pointing down. And people, this is the lowest the NBA has been since the 70s. It might be worse than the 70s, man. It's that bad, man. And it's sad, man. But that's all I want to say, man. Salute to PK. Salute to the hockey players who went out there and competed. They got 9 million viewers in that tournament that they have during the All-Star break. I actually watched a little bit of it. Salute to Canada. Salute to Team USA. 9 million. They destroyed the NBA All-Star game. And that lets you know, if you go out there and play hard and compete and put a good product out there, people will come and watch your product. All this excuse making, talking about people don't watch TV and cutting cords and illegal streaming and all that. That is a bunch of BS. If you go out there and put the right foot forward and compete and play hard, and put a good product out there, the customers will take their time and money and sit down and watch you play. They will consume your product if you put forth the effort. But you must care about the fan and you must put forth the effort. if you show love to the fans will show love back. Period. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all be